My name is Michelle Hatch. I'm an economics lecturer at UKZN, and my PhD research focused on economic studies of motherhood and childcare in South Africa, and I received financial assistance for this study from the National Research Foundation. So if we look at South Africa, it provides a particularly interesting context in which to study childcare and motherhood. We have our history of apartheid policies which forced many groups, or all the groups in South Africa, to live separately. And as a result, certain population groups, African population group in particular, were prevented from permanently moving to urban areas, forced to live in more rural areas where there were few jobs, and as a result this gave rise to the migrant labour system, where many individuals would have to leave their family of origin and move to urban centres temporarily in order to look for work. So what we have in South Africa is a situation of many mothers having children, low marriage rates, and this has led to a situation where many children, particularly African children, are not living with either one or both of their parents. And even though apartheid policies were removed many years ago now, we still feel the effects of this today.
Caregiving, it's taking responsibility of the children.
Caregiving is when you take care of somebody who is unable to take care of themselves.
So, as I said, this provides a very useful or interesting context in which to examine childcare and the relationship between the person looking after the child and the child themselves. If we just look at who is caring for our children, we can clearly see that this responsibility, whether it's physical or financial, is largely resting with women. And obviously in terms of the financial costs, particularly with African women who seem to be on average taking more responsibility for financial care, we're looking at a group of the population who are on average more likely to live in poverty than other sectors, and yet they are taking a large share of the burden of financial childcare. If you compare co-resident and non-co-resident single mothers, we can see that those not living with their children are significantly less likely to be caregivers and significantly more likely to be employed. So we can definitely see a tension in this relationship and trying to maintain the dual role of being both an employee and looking after a child. In taking care of the child, we have to take care of the caregiver. Without a happy, satisfied caregiver, we're going to struggle to have a happy, satisfied child. When you have a child, you have responsibilities to raise that child, and that includes not only physically raising them but financially. The child needs access to financial resources in order to be able to survive and thrive.